He's the guy that throws his body around.
Mike Drop Sports. Steel City Live.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Appreciate to see you here after a big Pittsburgh Steelers W today against the Cleveland Clowns. So here we are, a 4-1 football team now for your Pittsburgh Steelers in a game that they had to have here, in my opinion. I thought it was a must-win type game. I really did. I thought it was a game that solidified them inside of the division. I thought it was a game that was just going to propel them into continuing this upward trend. You saw the offense look a little bit different in some ways. They're mixing the formations up a little bit, adding some different personnel here and there. I thought that was something that I really liked from the Pittsburgh Steelers today. You saw the defense play really well, limiting the Cleveland Browns and what they were able to do offensively, forcing Dylan Gabriel into basically being a one-dimensional type offense. If you really think about it, after they threw the ball 52 times in this ball game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Countless interceptions that weren't picked off by the Steelers. You'll have that. The ball bounces certain ways sometimes. It is what it is. But the Steelers definitely came out there and really, in my eyes, smashed the Cleveland Browns in a defense that's pretty damn good. And you saw Aaron Rodgers be absolute surgical in his ability to move the football up and down the field, taking what the defense gave him. You saw the run game, a three-headed monster, in my opinion. You're starting to get Caleb Johnson involved, Kenneth Gainwell now involved, or for 2 weeks here, really getting him going here. Jalen Warren running the football super hard. You saw more of Darnell Washington. You see the continuance of DK Metcalf with big game after big game. You've seen a lot from the Steelers this game that really should excite you as a Steeler fan. It excited me as somebody that watches them as a diehard. So definitely, I'm excited. 3 field goals by Chris Boswell today. They are lucky that on that shitty turf of Acrisure Stadium that he was not absolutely injured there toward the end of the game, but hopefully we'll be all right there. So let's get to the super chat already coming in for My Floyd is Pink. Thank you. My Floyd is Pink 79. It was a great display of our tight ends today. Here we go. Yeah, My Floyd is Pink 79 is definitely accurate here. You saw the usage of the multiple tight end sets. I love that. But you saw a different way of utilizing these guys. The personnel mixtures were definitely welcomed. They were definitely something that was starting to help the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? Because they are able to run the ball effectively. I thought the offensive line played a pretty damn good game. Yeah, were there mistakes? Yes, but you're going to have mistakes no matter who you are, no matter how good you are. And I got to say this, though. I think the Steelers definitely put on a display today that was all 3 phases of football. And I call it 4 phases, too. Mike Tomlin didn't make any errors. So that coaching phase, I felt like was really good. You saw a ton of injuries, guys, and these injuries plague the National Football League, and it's getting to be absolutely crazy, if you ask me. These guys don't hit enough. Their body isn't conditioned to the punishment. They literally don't do anything all week long in terms of being physical. I think Mike Tomlin, Jim Harbaugh, those guys are probably the more physical coaches that require their players to hit a little bit more. But the injuries, guys, I'm telling you, this is a direct correlation because of not hitting, not being physical. Your body can't go out there and not be used to something and go out there and take those types of punishing hits, those types of punishing blows. The injuries plague this league. It is absolutely sickening to see the amount of injuries week in, week out. It's not just a week here or there. It is week in, week out. All you see are injuries and penalty flags. That is what this league is becoming, and it's really starting to irritate the shit out of me. I really need to do some research into injuries now as opposed to 20 years ago, before all these rules came into effect, limiting the amount of time that players can be out on the football field practicing. Yes, practice. They need to practice. You can't practice a couple times a week and think you're going to go out there and do something really ultra special. Yeah, the weeks where it's a short week. This week for the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into the Cincinnati Bengals game on Thursday, a 4-1 football team now. The Bengals are playing. They just kicked off against the Green Bay Packers, so we'll try to keep you updated as best we can on that. You guys in the chat could help me out with that, throwing up any type of score from the Cincinnati Bengals Green Bay Packers game. We can do that. I would appreciate that from you guys. But you look at these injuries, you look at the way this is all unfolded in its misery. But again, this is a short week. This is a Thursday night game coming at you. So definitely that's going to be a week that they don't practice a ton. James Bauman, Derek Harmon has made a huge difference for this defense. Could contend for Rookie of the Year. Absolutely, James. I think you're spot on. Derek Harmon today. Definitely a really, really solid player. He was involved in one solo tackle, 3 assists, however, had that 1 sack credited to his name. So, yes, Derek Harmon, definitely a welcomed addition for this Pittsburgh Steelers defense and has really started to pay big, big dividends, in my opinion. And yeah, I really, really love the way Derek Harmon has been able to play. Also, the return of Deshaun Elliott over the last couple games has been a really, really welcome thing. And then a guy that I thought played really, really lights out was Jalen Ramsey, man. 4 tackles, solo tackles, 2 assists, two sacks for Jalen Ramsey. Absolutely crazy. Nick Herbig continues Nick Herbig type things. 2 sacks again today, 2 solo tackles. You look at Alex Highsmith and his return, a half sack, 1 tackle, one solo tackle, 2 assists. A guy that I thought played really, really well, and then it's got a lot of shit here since he's been in Pittsburgh. But I think Patrick Queen was all over the place, applying hits to the quarterback, really forcing the hand of the Cleveland Browns at times. Patrick Queen, 2 solos. 7 assists, but a lot of times I saw him in the pass game doing good things. A lot of the times I saw him in the face of Dylan Gabriel, putting him on the ground, hitting him. That's what you want, guys. You don't want a quarterback to be comfortable. And I think the Steelers defense showed that today. They showed the pressure. They showed the way that they can get after the quarterback. You saw TJ Watt. Let's hope that his injury isn't anything. I think they just sat him out the rest of the game because they were winning by so much. But it is what it is. The Cleveland Browns get smashed by your Pittsburgh Steelers here today and go to 4-1 atop the AFC North as the Cincinnati Bengals, the next closest team to them, playing right now against the Green Bay Packers. And those two teams will square off, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, Thursday at Acrisure Stadium. And what should be a big, big game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's see how Joe Flacco plays today. Happy Sunday from Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. What's up, man? Good to see you, TD in the house. What's TD got to say? Hey, Jason, looking good. Yeah, the Steelers are looking good, man. I think they definitely are, man. I think they really are starting to do some nice things. I think this is all starting to really start to come together. And I said that earlier too. I said you got to see the building blocks, and the progression is going to be slow. A lot of these guys have never played together. I think you need to watch this each and every week continue to grow. Like I just said earlier, you saw the offense start to utilize and sprinkle in different things. Hallelujah. Roman Wilson gets a catch in the National Football League and has 1 catch for, I believe, 12 yards and a big pivotal first down. So Roman Wilson finally getting involved, and maybe we'll see that. Extra Black in the house, what's up, man? He says, finally using Mount Washington. Yeah, I thought Darnell played a really, really good game in the run game, in the pass game. I thought Darnell Washington was a real key contributor to the Pittsburgh Steelers today. You see that Darnell Washington had 3 catches, 62 yards for Darnell. You don't see Pat Fryermuth too much here either. 1 catch, 11 yards for Pat Fryermuth. But you did see him sprinkled in here and there a little bit more this week. You saw Jonnu Smith, 3 catches, 18 yards. A lot of that shuffle pass stuff that they've been using Jonnu Smith with. Then you saw Connor Hayward. Connor Hayward watching the eyes of Aaron Rodgers, understanding that when a quarterback gets out onto the move, you have to go and follow his direction. You need to pay attention to what he wants you to do. Aaron pointed, get to the left. delivered the football right after he did that, and Connor Hayward was the benefactor of that. So good to see Connor Hayward get that, a guy that I really don't even know how he made the team, but he is here. But Extra Black's right. Mount Washington definitely contributing, and I love it, man. My Floyd is Pink. Our run game is Earth, Wind, and Fire. I like that. That's a good one. My Floyd is Pink 79. Also, another super chat for my Floyd. My Floyd is Pink 79. Thank you, man. Appreciate the super chats. I think I can speak for everyone in the channel. Thank you for all that you do, Jason. Here we go. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. My Floyd is Pink 79. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chats. Definitely appreciate those. All right, guys, let's get back into the chat. Thanks again to my Florida Pink 79 for those 2 super chats. Those are always open, guys. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing to the show. My football season is starting to wind down here for our youth team, so we will get more and more content. Don't worry, guys. That is hindering me a little bit here now. I would like to be doing more, but these boys require your attention. So we won again today. We didn't give up a point, so I'm happy about that. We scored 30 some points offensively, so we move into the playoffs next week. Yeah, the football season's winding down for our youth team, and then I'll finally be able to get back into the swing of things a little bit more here on the channel. All right, let's keep going. My Extra Black says the Steelers gonna have to sign another DB before Thursday's game. Miles Killebrew went down along with 2 other DBs. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait to see what Mike Tomlin says about the seriousness of some of those injuries. Miles Killebrew's didn't look good. Thankfully, he's really limited on what he does defensively. There's a snap here and there each game for Miles Killebrew, but it's very sparingly. But Extra Black's right. You know, reinforcements are going to need to be probably brought in. It's a short week. It's going to be tough for the Pittsburgh Steelers if there are any real significance to some of these injuries. Jabril Peppers, that neck injury didn't look bad, but it didn't look good either. So you know, we'll have to see. Again, these players not hitting, guys. These players are definitely starting to just be so injury prone. It's getting really hard to justify paying anybody big bucks anymore. People don't stay on the field, man. The only people that usually stay on the field are the quarterbacks now because they don't get hit. But anyway, it is what it is. Bang, bang, Steeler gang. What's up, AWOL in the house? He says, yo, Mike drops. What's up? Grant Orgren. Grant says that was the most satisfying win of the season thus far. This team is improving weekly. Obviously, we all know what the theme is. Can they keep it together in December and January? And that's always a big question for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Thanks, Grant, for the comment. But yeah, definitely that is the question for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can they continue this? And I think this year might be a little bit different. Grant says December and January. Can they play that late season football and stay with what they're doing, stay within their self? I don't think you're going to see the same exact Steelers team in December and January. And thankfully, I think this team this year isn't just that same stale each and every week you're seeing the same exact product. I don't think you're seeing that this year. I think you're seeing growth each and every week. I think you're seeing growth from the offensive line. I think the defense is finally starting to put it together a little bit. Yes, they faced Dylan Gabriel today, but they're coming up in a big moments. You saw Dylan Gabriel 29 and 52, 221 yards, 0 touchdowns, no interceptions, but he could have easily thrown 4 interceptions in that game. There was some easy ones that they dropped. But you look at the Steelers defensively as a whole, they didn't give up a bunch of rushing yards. Quinshon Junkins basically held to nothing. They had 65 total yards of rushing there toward the end of the game, and that's not enough to win. And the Steelers defense was able to come out there and keep this Cleveland Browns team one dimensional. That's 22 straight losses for this Cleveland Browns team in the city of Pittsburgh in a row. And the Steelers definitely own the Cleveland Browns inside of the Steel City limits, man. Robert Road in the house. What's up, Robert? He says, love beating the Browns. Absolutely, man. Daniel, we did that. Cheers to you, brother. How about those Steelers? Amen, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Extra Black says, this new NFL is terrible when it comes to hits or hard tackles. That penalty they called on Elliott was terrible. How are you supposed to hit a wide receiver? Good question, dude, because I don't know. I don't know what that answer is. I wish I had the answer for you. And I'm on board with what you're saying because this league is soft. Football in general is becoming soft, and I'm all about player safety. But when you go out there and you play the gladiator sport of today's of this age, this is the gladiator sport. This is the Coliseum, the games that happened in the Coliseum. That's what football is, man. It's violent, it's physical. That's what it should be. And players, when you sign up for it, you know that that's the case. You understand that there is a chance for catastrophic injury. You know that. You understand that. In the league, I understand their aspect. You want to protect your investments. You want to protect your players and try to limit some of those injuries. Well, guess what? The more you try to limit those injuries, the more you try to protect these guys, the more injuries that happen. That's just the way it is, man. I'm telling you, Hines Ward said it best. Take the helmets off, take all the bullshit off, and play football and see what happens. You'll see who wants to play. You'll see injuries probably go down. Why? Because players learn to adapt. They learn to take care of themselves. Their bodies get used to these hits. They're not used to these hits anymore. But how do you do it? How do you hit a player as a defensive back? I don't know. Everywhere you hit them, they throw a flag. Anytime you bump the quarterback, they throw a flag. It is ridiculous. Yeah, this officiating crew today was extra special dumb. They were real stupid. They should be banned from the league because their shit was just crazy. Calling TJ Watt in the neutral zone all the time. You can't bump into anybody. It's a penalty. I even thought the running into the kicker was a bad call. That wasn't a correct call. The announcers said it correctly. Uh, they had their guest referee in there. When somebody's getting blocked into the kicker, it is what it is. The kicker got to get out of the way. The blocking into somebody. The only time running into a kicker is a penalty is when they blatantly run into the damn kicker. You can, what do you want them to do if they're getting blocked? And that was against the Steelers. So it is what it is here, but definitely it's getting crazy. Trump 2032 in the house. What's up? He says, finally catching you live. Let's go. Absolutely. Appreciate you, man. Extra black. What do you say? That tries to. Oh, wait. Tries to talk Roman Wilson. Tries to talk Roman Wilson up all week. He is not a difference maker at all. No, I'm just glad he got a catch. I'm not even calling him a difference maker either, Extra Black, no doubt. He's just, I'm glad he got a catch. I'm glad he got that out of the way. Let's see if Roman Wilson can start to get involved. But he's got a long way to go, man. He's really got to put some shit out there. You got it here, this Jason. At the Moose, I go on the mic and said 9-3 Steelers at half. I got ripped. Them free Jello shots. I did not drive. 8 free when Steelers getting a home playoff game. Yep, number 80, huge catch. Hey man, I hope you had a good time, Armand. Good to see you. Trump 2032 says congrats on the youth team success, hoping for a playoff win. Thank you, man. I'm hoping to, man. They played their guts out again today. We just got to make sure that we stay in tune. We get out there and we hit each and every week, and we start to really ramp things up for the playoffs. So that's just the way it's got to go. You got to keep that steady pace, man, and grow and grow and grow. Each week got to be something different. You can't stay stale and stagnant. And that's what goes for the Steelers. And that's what I'm really happy about. Guys, I think that's the biggest takeaway today for fans is that you saw the Steelers grow again. And that is what is special. That's what's different right now between 2024 and 2025. The Steelers, yeah, they won and they were 10-2, 10-3 there late in the year. And then they had their Steeler type collapse. They're Mike Tomlin. They got Mike Tomlin. I get that. But you didn't see each and every week that they grew. You didn't see that growth each and every week. You saw the same bullshit each and every week, and they just managed to hold on. This year, you're seeing a Steelers team that is growing and doing different things each and every week. Offensive formational sets are a little bit different. The defense moving some players around. I really like the set where they brought out Nick Herbig and PQ and moved them up to the front line. And everybody knew they were playing the pass, yes, but you still have elite pass rushers all over the place in TJ Watt, Herbig, Queen, Highsmith. You have those guys that can get after the passer, so they still have to respect that. You still have to keep some blockers in because those guys are going to bring heat. But you're adding that underneath protection to your defense to where they can still guard against the pass in an elite way. So, this is all good stuff that we're seeing, guys. All good stuff. Miles who from Challenger 22. Miles Garrett, I get it. He's a good ball player. But honestly, the Steelers have had a way over the years of neutralizing Miles Garrett. And again, I've said this for years. Miles Garrett doesn't show up for his team in big moments. He proved it in the playoffs. Uh, he's proved it in several big games. Has he had his moments? Absolutely. But if you look at Miles Garrett's career, you look and say to yourself, where is he in these big games? Because this was a big game. Yes, the Cleveland Browns had come into the Acrisure Stadium with one win. Nonetheless, this was still a huge divisional game. You get a win today if you're the Cleveland Browns, and you start to get yourself on track, and you can easily get out of the hole you're in. Yeah, 4 losses sucks. I get it, but you start to get a win against a good football team, a divisional football team that's inside your division, that's leading the division. That gives you momentum, and that gives you, that ability to start moving forward and start to develop this team that's full of really high value picks, high value rookies. They got a lot of young, really ultra talented players, but yet they let that moment get squandered. Their best player, their so-called big money guy, doesn't show up for them. He's neutralized. He's done. It is what it is, but man, it's crazy. Extra Black says Mouse Killebrew makes his mark on special teams. He does, man. He will definitely be sorely missed if that's the case. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get a drink. Excuse me. Sorry, I hit my mic stand here. All right, let's go. Trump 2032. Exactly. TJ showed up. Not so much for Miles. Absolutely. Um, Hold on. Damn. Your comment keeps going back down. There we go. There we go. My Floyd is Pink 79. It looked like a lot of missed interceptions today. How do we clean that up? That's something, yeah. It is what it is. You're going to catch some of them. You're going to not. Guys at this level, honestly, that are defensive backs, they're super fast. They're like wide receivers. They're the wide receivers that couldn't catch the ball. That's all. So it is what it is. Joey Porter, yeah, he should have come down with that one, but that was a difficult catch. He was fully extended. He leaped very high in the air. Juan Thornhill, that one, that's just like a damn moment, you know? That Herbig one, that's a pick six if Herbig reels that in, but that was a difficult catch too. They were all difficult catches except for I think that one Thornhill. But I don't know. They were all makeable catches. But that's something sometimes they bounce your way, sometimes they don't. You've seen the Steelers this year get several interceptions in a game. It's just one of those things, man. I don't know if there's an absolute way to clean that up. I missed the super chat too. Let's get the challengers, and then I'm going to the super chat here. I think the graveyard was closed today. I think Miles was MIA. Yes, absolutely. Let's get to this super chat. Thank you for your comment there, Challenger. Thank you for that super chat from Grant. Orgren. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, man. First time super chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Big fan of the channel. Appreciate the non-homer energy here, keeping it 100. That was a solid W. I agree with you that this year could be different. Maybe that X factor is Aaron. Absolutely. And again, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that, Grant. Very much so. And thank you for your first time super chat here on Mike Drop Sports. We truly appreciate that. But yeah, you look at Aaron and you watch what he was able to do today. And you look at Aaron's numbers 21 of 30, 235, 2 TDs, and 0 interceptions. That he's doing exactly what the Steelers want him to do. And I think it's an excellent game plan. I just think that they were a little bit boxed in at the beginning. Why? Because they couldn't run the football. I think the more that they are able to run the football, over 100 yards today, you had Warren at 52, Gainwell at 22, Johnson at 15, and then you had those shuffle passes to Jonnu Smith. I think that the more the run game evolves, and man, we're going to talk about Jalen Warren. He ran like a freight train. He runs hard, man, each and every down. But again, Aaron Rodgers, 21 of 30. That's literally 9 incompletions out of 30 passes, 235 yards. Really, really steady. And that is all you're looking for from Aaron Rodgers. We don't need heroic Aaron Rodgers to win the game by himself and put the whole team on his back. The Steelers don't need that from him. They need him to go out there and do exactly what he's doing. That's it. And you're getting something from Aaron Rodgers that the Steelers haven't had. Touchdown passes, got, passes that get hit in the big moments when you have to have them. Yeah, there's drives that they stall. They do the Steeler type shit, but that's okay. We're not going to score on every damn one. But the Steelers have had some issues, and that was the offensive line not protecting Aaron, not being able to get the run game going. And I think they've cleaned that up a little bit. Are they where they need to be just yet? No, they're not. They're not exactly there. But I've seen Broderick Jones improve. Mason McCormick blocking his ass off downfield, getting dirty, man, being physical, being excited. I like that about him today. Zach Frazier, a solid game. Isaac Seumalo, a solid game. Troy Fautanu, despite the, I think, one or two penalties, I thought he played okay. And again, you don't need superstar play from anybody. You just need them to play as a cohesive group. And I think you're starting to see that. Because why? How can we tell that they are starting to come together as a group? Because you're getting to see different formational sets. You're getting to see different players mixed in, whether that's due to injury or whatever. You're getting to see different combinations be put out there. And that is going to give the Steelers more tools to put in their tool bag. And that is why I'm excited about the Steelers here in 2025 as opposed to what I saw in 2024. The 10 wins were great, but this team is growing. I could deal with a loss or two here and there with this team because I know they're growing. They're on a upward trajectory. They're not on that flatline path that you've seen the Steelers be on for so many years. And that is what is different right now, guys. Despite what anybody wants to tell you, they can go get all crazy in the X's and O's, talk all this bullshit to try to act like they're super intelligent. It's real simple. The Steelers are growing a little bit this year. They're playing a little bit more as a cohesive group. It's real simple. All these guys are good. And that's for every team. Every guy's good. We'll get back to that on 1 second. I wanted to make sure I didn't skip anybody else. Robert Rhodes says that call on Peppers on the return was horseshit. Yeah, again, the officiating today, guys, even though the Steelers won, was absolute horse shit. They should be ashamed. That product they put out there today in that officiating crew was not good. That officiating crew needs reprimanded and some remedial training. I'm a lay person compared to what these guys should be. I don't get paid to coach. I don't get paid to referee. I don't get paid to play. I am a lay person. And if I can identify things that are wrong or you're missing or you're not getting or that you're calling that aren't, and understand the rules a little bit better with, and I don't have New York in my headset, there's an issue, man. There's an issue. And I think we all saw that today. Scott Chafin in the house. What's up, Scott? Pittsburgh has to do something about that field. Yes. Well, guys, just to let you know, after today's game, that field will be resodded for the Thursday night matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals at Acrisure Stadium. So you will see a new turf grass be put in there. It will still be natural grass, but the Steelers have played on it 3 times so far this year. The Pitt Panthers, I believe, have had 4 home games on that field already also. So you're looking at a field that has had a lot of wear and tear. The weather actually has been a little bit shitty, but they have the resources down there to water the grass and do the things necessary. But it takes a hell of a beating, guys. These are big men running all over this field, and it tears it up. And but the Steelers will replace that turf. They usually do about twice a year. So you'll probably see it replaced here now. That hopefully that field will last for another quarter of the year or so, and then maybe God bless us all, we see a Pittsburgh Steelers home playoff game. Maybe they replace that turf headed into that type of matchup. So you might see it 2-3 times this year. But we'll see how it goes. But they will replace that grass immediately today after the game. Once everybody clears out, they'll be starting to rip that out probably today or tomorrow and get going. Tyler Fortunato, sorry if I mispronounced your name, man. OFC is officiating is against the Steelers' most hated football in the world. I don't know if that's the case. The Steelers were the least penalized team in the National Football League, I believe. coming into today. At least one of the least penalties, at the very least. They were ranked up there in the top three, but I'm pretty sure they were the least penalized ball club headed into today's matchup. So I can't say that it's a Steeler thing. I just think that sometimes you run into an officiating crew that's absolute horse shit, that's absolute dog shit, that doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. And this is the result that you get. You get penalties that are called on the Steelers, or the Steelers benefit from them that aren't necessarily penalties that need to be called. Again, that running into the kicker on Corliss Waitman was not a foul. Blocking into the kicker doesn't count. That's not running into the kicker. That player was blocked into him. If you look at the tape, you look at what it is, even the announcer said it, that is not a foul. That is not a foul. Scott says, stop letting high schools play on it. No high school has played on it this year. It's just Pitt. It's just the Steelers. They need to stop letting college play on it, to be real about it. Pitt needs its own stadium, guys. I've said this for years. When the Pittsburgh Steelers played in their own place, Three Rivers, and Pitt was up on the hill in Oakland at that stadium there, I thought that was the best thing. I was a kid when that was going on. The last few times that Pitt ever played there, I've gotten to watch games there. I've gotten to be in the locker room there at Old Pitt Stadium, and I thought that that's the best thing. It gives a real college atmosphere for the collegiate football team, and I think Pitt needs that. Also, it creates less wear and tear on the Steelers football team in their field and their facilities. Pitt needs their own stuff, man. And I've said it over and over again. I just think it falls on deaf ears, and I'm not sure why they do the things that they do. Uh, Even the practice facility, I think, needs to just be separate. I just think that's what needs to be. Trump 2032 says Vegas did everything they could to hand the Browns the game. I hear you, man. Douglas Ball. Douglas in the house. He says, first game that I felt we controlled all four quarters. Great showing in all three phases. Absolutely. And I always say there's four phases in the game. For you, those of you that are new here, I believe there's four phases, and coaching is super important, just as important as the offense, defense, and special teams. And I thought Mike Tomlin's staff today definitely managed the game really, really well. They did the things that were necessary schematically in order to be dominant. And again, I think the Steelers owned the Cleveland Clowns today. They flushed them down the toilet, man. The Cleveland Browns, again, 22 straight losses at Acrisure Stadium. That is definitely something that Mike Tomlin needs applauded about. The Steelers as an organization need to be applauded about. That's a record that I think is a pretty damn good one. 22 straight losses for the Browns at Acrisure Stadium. Tyler Fortunato, he says Garrett is average, elite, not elite. Yeah, he's an average elite player, but if you look at the statistics, we'll give him his flowers. He's ranked number 2 behind T.J. Watt in most statistical categories, except for forced fumbles. He's usually tied for third here. I think he is tied for third right now throughout their careers as they've been coming up. So yeah, I just think Myles Garrett, the difference between Myles Garrett and others is that Myles Garrett doesn't show up in the big moments, and that puts major blemish on his face, man. It puts a major mark on his career. He's making all that money, but in the most meaningful, most impactful football games, you don't see Myles Garrett. And it is what it is, but I thought Broderick Jones did a fantastic job today. I thought Troy Fontanu did a fantastic job today. I thought the Steelers' offensive line played really well. And we have to give them the credit when it's due, And I think, yes, a lot of that's on Myles Garrett that, he doesn't show up. But we got to give the Steelers credit schematically for neutralizing him. I think they do a good job planning against him, man. Let's move on to Challenger. Challenger 22 says, life is good when the Steelers kick the Browns' ass. Absolutely. And 22 straight times at Acrisure Stadium, it just makes it sweeter and sweeter, my friends. Definitely a great win from Tyler. He says that. Let's keep going here. Uh, Let me try to make sure that I'm getting everybody. All right, let's go back to Trump 2032. All right, guys, make sure you're putting your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat here on Mike Drop Sports. Make sure you're subscribing if you're not already. We'd appreciate that. Super chats have been awesome so far. Thank you. Definitely appreciate that from you guys. So give yourselves a round of applause. We really, 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 really appreciate that from you guys. We're on other platforms, TikTok and things of that nature. Again, my youth football season is winding down, so I'm going to ramp this back up, and we are going to go hard here at Mike Drop Sports, as we always do each Steelers season. Well, this is our third Steelers season together here on the channel, so this is the third year together. I started a couple years ago. The first year was slow. Second year was really, really good. So we need to bring this third year back up to the top and get this channel moving again in the right direction, as we always do. So I appreciate your help, guys, so very, very much. A magnificent win, much needed. We're putting our stamp on the NFL, opening the steel curtain. I like it, man. I like the steel curtain vibes. I do like that. And I think the Steelers defensively were definitely much better. I know that it was the Browns offense. I get that. But there's some ball players on that offense. Quinshon Junkins, really, really good runner. Jerry Judy, man. Isaiah Bond. David Njoku. You know, the list goes on and on. You look at the offensive line of the Cleveland Browns. They were playing together for what, 33 starts. You know, a lot of ball underneath their belts, and this offense should be a lot better than what they are. I understand the quarterback's a big portion of that, but they had Baker Mayfield and they were able to do really good. They let him walk out of the building, and the carousel started back up for them. You look at Baker now, probably much happier in Tampa, where he's surrounded by real football minds down there instead of a perpetually just shitty franchise in the Cleveland Browns. And I hate to be like that. I hate to dog a franchise, but the Browns are bad, guys. They are bad. They have been gift wrapped so many awesome players, and they have absolutely wasted their career. Joe Hayden's career was really good in Cleveland. Guess what, though? He didn't win nothing. You look at so many great offensive linemen that have went through there, so many great pass catchers, so many great runners. Just so many good players that have to go elsewhere to taste what winning is at the National Football League level, and that's sad. It's good for us as Steeler fans, but man, they're just so bad, so bad. Robert Rhodes, what's Robert say? Let me get a drink. Fields broke the Jets' all-time record today with minus 10 yards passing. Shit, the Steelers dodged that bullet. Actually, I don't think Justin played that bad for Pittsburgh, but again, the Jets, another franchise that is just perpetually horrible. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, guys. Period. You can't be that bad all the time. There needs to be a real culture change in those places. But I hate to tell you, it doesn't matter the coaches that are put into those places. It doesn't matter the players that are put into those places. It starts with the ownership. It really, really does, guys. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but I am telling you that why do these franchises, why are they never able to claw their way out of it? There's a reason, man. There's a reason, and it starts at the very top, and shit rolls downhill. I'm just a firm believer in the ownerships of these places that are perpetually bad. I believe they're horrible. Challenger says that throw to DK was awesome. Great throw. Only a few QBs can do that. Absolutely. And only a few QBs have the arm strength to throw an accurate football across body, moving to their right and throwing it back across as a right handed quarterback to the left side, like he did to Connor Hayward. That was an amazing throw from a 41-year-old guy to have that type of arm strength to zip that ball in there. And the defender could have made a play on it. That ball just went in there with such zip, such velocity, such accuracy that he wasn't able to just get to it. And they were just a little bit away from it. But yet that was such a perfect pass. And Aaron Rodgers out there like a maestro today, just guiding the offense, never getting flustered, never getting unhinged in any way. Just nice, calm, continually just moving the ball. You didn't see the Steelers offensively change everything up just because they were getting Chris Boswell field goals. They just kept chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, and they knew the touchdowns were going to come. And I got to applaud them today. They really played their first complete game of the season. Yeah, it took 6 weeks for it to happen, but they did it today. 6 weeks. It took them to get that first complete game, all four phases of football. Definitely was a breath of fresh air here in the Steel City. Steelers play at Cincy this Thursday night. They do? Hold on, I got the schedule up here. You're right, Robert. So it is. So yeah, scratch that, guys. Sorry, I thought it was at Acrisure Stadium, but they are doing the turf. That is truth. So I misspoke on that. Thank you, Robert, for letting me know. So this Thursday, October 16th, they will be at Cincinnati. Kickoff for that game at in Cincinnati will be at 8:15 p.m. So again, my apologies there, guys. I for some reason I thought that was the home game for Cincy. They will play Cincinnati in a home game on November 16th. That'll be a 1 p.m. game as it stands right now until they start this flex shit. My Floyd is Pink 79. Why haven't we used Fryermuth a lot this season? It's sad. I just think he's been out schematically. I just think they've not been able to get him on the field. You start to see him sprinkled in a little bit. And I think this, guys, I don't think anybody should panic about the usage of any one particular player right now. And I say this why? Because I go back to my earlier point. The growth of this offense, the growth of the defense, it's been a steady uphill climb. And I think that that is the most important thing that we need to keep an eye on. And players that may not be involved right now as much as maybe we would like to see, I think you're going to see that player or those players be involved more and more and sprinkled in. It's got to be somebody different really every week. Yes, you have your one or two superstars like a DK Metcalf. Again, four catches, 95 yards and a touchdown. Another great performance from DK again today. That's DK so far in his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. He's been absolutely stellar. So we got to hand it to DK and thank God that we got him and not a head case in George Pickens. I would like to have them both together, but that it is what it is. I'm thankful Pickens went to Dallas. It is what it is. But anyway, you look at this team, and I think you're going to start to see the Fryermuths and other players like that find roles, find ways to fit in, and this it's going to continue to grow. And by the time you reach this December portion of the season, late November, early December, you're going to see a Steelers team, in my opinion, that has so many versatile weapons, so many tools in the toolbox that I think they're going to really, really be hard to defend. And I'm not just saying that. You guys can wait and see and correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I think the longer this thing goes, I think the more and more the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be able to do. And I think this is going to be really, really exciting this year to watch this offense grow because you're seeing it each and every week. And as this run game continues to blossom, this offensive line continues to gain confidence and really start to get this thing moving. I think that the Steelers are going to have a lot more weapons than people give them credit for. Calvin Austin will be back one day. Roman Wilson hopefully will be getting going. Pat Fryermuth will hopefully be getting going. You had the emergence of Darnell Washington. I know it was just 3 catches, but a big 62 yards worth of those catches. Not counting his contributions in the run game. So you look at that. You look at Jonnu Smith. Yeah, he got back in the fold a little bit today. 3 for 18 on those shuffle passes and things of that nature. But again, three-headed monster now in the backfield because I'm thinking Caleb Johnson is slowly starting to get in there. We've seen Kenny Gainwell now, what he can do. Kenny G doing his thing. You see Jalen Warren running like a fucking tank, man. A tank. He will not be denied. And I got to applaud Jalen Warren this year. His ball security has been so good, and I like it. Yeah, he's smashing into people. He's giving that extra effort, but he's holding on to the football. Yeah, he's had his fumbles in the past, but I think he's really worked on that this offseason. As a matter of fact, I know he has. He's really made that an emphasis. Did he have a terrible fumbling problem? No. but it was a problem. There was an issue there. There were occasional fumbles, and I think that he's really taken a step forward and really has showed that Jalen Warren is a lead runner in this league. I think Kenneth Gainwell could be a every down running back in this league also, and I think eventually Caleb Johnson, after a couple years, will be able to be an every down runner in this league. So you look at that, and now you say to yourself, "Damn, the backfield's nice." And that is just going to project into that pass game in a big, big way. And who better to take advantage of that than Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin? I think you guys just got to hang on and wait for this thing to continue to grow because I think there's going to be a new hero each and every week as this season goes on. And I think that's going to be the real bright spot of the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. Robert Rhodes, Fields passed for 45 yards on 17 attempts while being sacked 9 times for 55 yards. The Jets are horrible. Coach Malik, if you're out there, Malik, yo, holler at your Jets. They suck. We were just talking about that at the youth game. Yeah, I don't understand the Jets. But man, that is piss poor, man. I don't know how Jets fans do it. Trump 2032 says interceptions. TJ leads in. Yeah, he does. He leads in interceptions. He leads in sacks. He leads in every category except for no, he leads in everything. TJ's first in everything. Forced fumbles, everything. TJ Watt is the best defensive football player on the fucking planet. Point blank, period. End of discussion, guys. TJ's that guy. Why do you think I said that they were going to pay him? I told you they were going to pay him 41.5 to $42 million. I said it early in the summer. I said that that was going to be the case. We know that. Why do we know that? Why? We all know that. Why? Because he's the best defender. He's a beast, dude. Yeah, he hasn't won a playoff game. I get that. But this is a team game, not just TJ. But TJ's a damn nice addition. Sorry, Challenger. I took your comment off air. Damn. I keep hitting the button too many times. That's the problem. That's longer than the old Three Rivers jinx from 1970 to 1986. That's from Challenger. Yeah, the losing streak for Cleveland. Yeah, and Acrisure. It's crazy, man. My Floyd is Pink 79. Jason, will you ever do a live stream while watching a game? I usually watch it with my boys. So I I'm going to try. I'm going to try. We'll see. We'll see, man. I get so into it though, guys. I scream a lot. So I don't know if that'll be a good thing. Browns are the Pittsburgh Pirates of the NFL. Absolutely. God wins when the Browns lose. I did too, Challenger. I thought it was the home game, man. Thanks for Robert. Robert always is fact checking me, and I appreciate Robert so very much, man. He keeps me on my toes, and definitely, guys, I get talking and shit just goes, and sometimes I need people like Robert who got my back, man, who always help me out and correct me. Hey, Jason, no, stop, and I appreciate Robert a great deal. The Browns are worse than the Pirates. MLB has no salary cap. Yeah, no shit, man. It's crazy, dude. Pirates hired a new manager, man. The comedic genius, fantastic team win, absolutely. He says also, I don't have anything to complain about. Yeah, I really don't either. The only thing I can complain about in this game is the officiating, and the Steelers won this game, but still, and I thought it was bad for both sides, not just the Steelers. I thought both teams were the benefactor of bad calls. Trump 2032. Me too. I yell at the TV. I do too, dude. I get fucking crazy. Somebody that's a moderator, kick NFL games live stream out of there, please. Uh, let's see. I know TD was in there. I think Challenger's in there. If you guys can delete them, please. I don't know if since I'm streaming from EV Mux, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. I don't know if you guys still have the same power to do that or not. I'll have to double check that. If not, if you don't have that, I'll have to figure out how to get my moderators back to be able to kick those people. I might be able to even do it. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right. I was able to block them, guys. Thank you, though. My Floyd is Pink 79. As bad as the Browns are, their defense is pretty good, and our offensive line held up them today. Yeah, they held up. You're right. My Floyd is Pink 79. They have played good defense this year, and that's why I thought that the Steelers played really, really well offensively, especially up front. I think it's definitely a good thing. Our O line's been showing out fire. We go as far as they can take us. Absolutely, they're the key to this call, guy, or to this machine, guys. The offensive line is the key, and with them, everything rides. Period. Offensively, defensively, the defensive front guys, from the outside linebackers through Cameron Hayward, those guys, that's how far the defense can go too. Because those guys control the line of scrimmage. Those guys control the run game. And it's the same as the offensive side of the ball. They control the line of scrimmage, the run game, things of that nature, things that you have to have in fundamental football to be successful. And that's what it boils down to. Everybody wants to reinvent the wheel when it comes to football. Football is very, very simple. You have to be fundamentally sound. You have to run the football effectively. You have to have good clock management. Defensively, you have to be able to stop the run effectively, and you have to be able to be a little bit exotic in sometimes your looks to where they don't understand where you're bringing the pressure from every time. There's real simple things, real fundamental, simple, basic things that if your team can't do those things, you're cooked. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Guys, yeah, those guys that spam that NFL stream shit, that those are bots that go in and they go into everybody's chat and they do that, so we got to get them. Challenger says, why I don't like watching games with others. I yell too much. Only like-minded people understand it. Yeah, man, I scream, I cuss, I bitch. And then I'll think, oh shit, I got the back door screen door open. My neighbors in the neighborhood are probably like, what is he doing, bro? I'm surprised they never called the cops. Like, this dude must be beating his family up or some shit because he's going crazy in there. But yeah, man. All right, guys, I'm going to start winding it down here. I appreciate you. We will be back live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Mike Drop Sports. And we will recap this win. I am also going to, tomorrow morning, do a upload that I might actually film tonight after I can rewatch that football game. And I'm going to talk about where I think the Steelers have made the most significant improvements here over these first 5 football games in the 2025 season, and what the Steelers again have improved on enough to where you're starting to see that now in show up on the game tape, and we'll go over that. I think that that's definitely what we'll have a little show on tomorrow morning, so make sure you're liking, sharing that stuff too. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. We appreciate that. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for joining us here post game after the show, because there are so many people that do this stuff, so there are a ton of options for you out there to be watching somebody else. And I appreciate you watching us here at Mike Drop and having this conversation with us together. It's not just my conversation, it's your conversation. A lot of you guys contribute in the chat and drive the conversation, so we appreciate that. Again, a big Pittsburgh Steelers win today, 23 to 6, I believe. Over the Cleveland Browns. A big win, a big divisional win. The Pittsburgh Steelers improved to 4-1 and have showed some significant growth, and we have to applaud that. So thank you. Thank you. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, just like Trump 32 says here, he says, if you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, what the hell are you waiting for? My Floyd is Pink 79 says, it is a damn good show. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. And I'm going to leave you all with the best intro, outro in the business. It's right here at Mike Drop Sports. So I'm going to leave you with that, and you guys enjoy. And until tomorrow, man, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop. See you.
Power takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go. Let's go. It's a field back block, and that's
The guy that rolls his body around.
Mike Drop Sports. Steel City Live.